Hey guys, it's AJ. Welcome back to my channel on this magnificent motivational Monday. Hey. For those of you who celebrated Cinco de Mayo, hopefully you're starting the week off on a great note without a hangover and whatnot. And because you don't want to start the week off all groggy and angry and, off and whatnot. So hopefully, you exercise some restraint to an extent and that you're feeling good today. So, let's get this week started. Disclaimer, two disclaimers actually. One, my baby is in the other room. She's asleep, and sometimes I may pause to listen out just to make sure she doesn't wake up. She's sick, and yeah, we have to make sure we're on that. And two, for those of you who noticed my absence, yes, I'm definitely gonna speak on that throughout this video because it ties into the lesson for the day. And that is the lesson for the day is, are you really ready for what you're asking for? And I was not some of the time, and last week was completely chaotic for me. Was completely chaotic, so I had to take an unplanned week off. Around Tuesday, I think that's when I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just have to take the whole week off of YouTube and kind of prioritize. And that I don't want to create these videos and be half-assed with it. So I want to make sure I'm giving it my full focus and my attention, and I'm in the present moment, and that I'm really saying things. I'm really here. You could be somewhere and then your mind is somewhere else on a million other different things. And I wanted to make sure that I was present with you guys. So, yeah, that's why I've been gone for a week. And, I'll get on some anecdotal things that happened to me throughout the week, but they're small. But a lot of things added up. I'm not going to say everything that went on, but a lot of things added up and just caused me to go like, okay, let me chill because I need to reevaluate. So, are you really ready for the things that you're asking for? So, I speak a lot on manifesting and, scripting and, just trying to make your world better, or not, well, trying to and actually making your world better around you. And with that, we say a lot of, oh, I want this. I want to be a millionaire. Or I want this. I want this amount of money. Oh, I want to be famous or something like that, And it's like, do you really? Do you really? Or is it, or are you just saying it because it sounds nice? Because a lot of us say we want it and then we see the glitz and glam of things from, the sidelines, but if you're not out in the field doing this stuff and seeing what that person is doing in the background to get where they got today, then you have no idea what you signed up for. And you have to be ready for that. Like, whatever avenue that you pick, there are going to be trials and tribulations, period. You have to brace for the fall. Seriously. You have to. But, is it enough for you to endure? Is it something that you actually really want to go through in order, that's why you have to make sure of what you want. And that's why I stress so much on, writing down what your goals are. What are your core values? What are things that you cannot go without? Or what are things if, you're surrounded by somebody who doesn't have these traits, or if you're at a job that doesn't demonstrate these core values of yours, what makes it a deal breaker? You have to know these things. What do you want out of life? Because if you don't, then whatever you're asking for is almost not going to be worth it. You're going to be, moving from job to job, career. You're going to be, I don't want to do that. I want to do this. I want to do this. And just jumping back and forth because you're like, oh, I didn't know it took all of this work. Like, oh, I didn't know I had to go through this. Like, so you have to really know what you want to do because you got to see that end game. When you're in the midst of the fire and all that stuff, you got to see the end game. You just got to truck through it and you got to keep going. So, yeah, it's definitely, a journey. that you have to appreciate, and you have to see the lessons that life is trying to give you in the beginning of that journey, throughout the journey, and at the end. And really, the end of the journey shouldn't be until, you're getting ready to pass away. Honestly, never stop the journey. But yeah, so I've been getting great at manifesting, especially little small things, and I don't know if you guys remember in my week before last video, it's one of my last videos, I think it was Feel Good Friday, but I was saying I know something big is coming. I feel it. I got this feeling and I cannot shake it. Like, I know something big is about to happen, and positive and big. So, and I still have that feeling. I still have it. But I've been honing my skills of manifesting small things right now. And, I've mentioned some big things, and I've been working on some big things in the background as well. So that's all happening. But now I'm starting to focus more on the big things, because it's coming to the point where when I manifest something, it'll happen within a day. I mean, like, literally like that. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, oh, that's how it's gonna go. Okay. All right. So, I really have to be careful what I wish for, consciously and subconsciously. And this is why I always get on the subconscious, because God has been humbling me and opening my eyes in so many ways. And the universe has been testing me and making sure that, I really deserve what I want, that I'm really working for what I want, and that I have the correct mindset for what I want and for what I'm doing presently. So, we're human. And this past week, we can be judgmental from time to time and whatnot. And I have a tendency to judge people sometimes without realizing it. And so, just as a small thing, I was judging somebody on the road the other day. Well, it was last weekend. Yeah, because it happened last week. I was judging somebody on the road last weekend, and this person, their back window was like busted out, and they had plastic all on it, rust and all this stuff. And I was like, I'm just behind them on the road at a red light. I'm like, man, their priorities probably all messed up. They didn't probably had the money several times to fix that window, and yet they didn't. Like, they probably spent it on a whole bunch of unimportant stuff, but they still ain't get that back window fixed. Like, and then that was that. The light turned green, I drove off, and then I continued about my day. So I thought nothing of it. That was just that. But what was really happening is that I was manifesting negative energy. And that negative energy that I put out there came back to me. I spent time being negative, and that energy, that mental energy, could have went to so many other positive things. But instead, I dwelled on somebody that I don't know, on a situation that I did not know anything about. And I judged someone for it, not knowing their situation, not knowing the people, not knowing anything. And because of that, a few days later, I let my boyfriend drive my car, and because he was going to get his car fixed. And so on his way back, he's like, yeah, I was hot in the car, because I always had the heat preset. Well, almost always. So I had the heat preset, and he was like, I wanted to roll the windows down because I was hot. And, when I got here, I was trying to roll the windows up, and your passenger window wouldn't roll up. And I'm like, what? Like, my passenger window. And he was like, so I kept going up, down, and now it's all the way down, and it won't roll back up. What? You broke it? Like, I don't understand. What just happened? You broke it? Like, that's where my mind went. Like, you broke my window. So I'm like, all right, let me go outside. Let me try and figure this out. So I'm trying to figure everything out, messing with the button on the passenger side, the master button, everything. Like, I'm trying to sit up here, look in the windowsill, see if there's anything stuck in there. I'm up here like, what the F? Like, Why? Why? And so I'm like, shit, it's about to rain later on today, and tomorrow is gonna rain all day. That was before the rainy, windy, cold day that we had, and it rained all day. So I'm like, I can't. And then me and my baby gotta go places. Like, I can't be driving with the window down in the rain and all that shit. Like, what is happening right now? So I had to come upstairs, get some tape, get some plastic, and tape up my window. And I was like, as I was doing it, I was like, oh, oh, I see what's happening here. Like, and so, after I taped up my window, I went to, it's an auto shop, like, right here. Not even, like, literally, as soon as we pull out of our driveway, it's an auto shop. So, next door. And so I pulled up over there, and I'm like, hey, telling them the issue. I'm like, can you see me today? It's just like a quick checkout type thing. He was like, I can't get you in today, but I can get you tomorrow if you come here at 7. So I'm like, now I gotta wake up extra early tomorrow and be somewhere. All right. So I'm like, all right, bet. Come back home, go through the rain and whatnot, for the night, for the evening, have my baby in the car, and we just sitting up here like, she usually takes a nap in the car, and she's all in the back seat looking like, what the fuck is this? Like, it was ridiculous. And she was just like so uncomfortable the whole ride. It was enough. I had the heat on and stuff, so we were warm. And, I taped it. I double paned it basically from the outside and the inside. So there was no raindrops getting on us. But it was so loud, and you can hear all of the elements. It's like the window is down, because it is. So it was just so uncomfortable. It was a minor disturbance, but and I had to realize, like, I can't get extra angry or upset, because in the scheme of life, this is a small, trivial little issue. I'm not going to be worried about this issue a year from now. I'm probably going to forget this even happened until I go back and watch this video maybe, or something triggers the memory. So I'm like, you gotta look at things in a grand scheme. And this is trivial, it's not important. Get it fixed, get it done, bow, it's over. So the next day I take it to the shop, and I'm like, you know what, if it costs too much, I'm just gonna tell them to roll the window up, like, get it up, and then don't nobody roll the window down, basically. And I'm like, that's not gonna work. It's about to get hot, and I drive Lyft as well, and I can't have my clients getting in the car and they trying to roll the window down. Now it's stuck down. People are uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable. And then, or it's like, oh, I'm hot. Can I roll the window down? No, you can't roll that window down. Like, what? Why are you driving this little hood car for Lyft? Like, no, it's not going to work like that. So I have to get it fixed. Like, I have to. So he called me back within like an hour and a half and was like, yeah, the problem is your master, the master control thing that has the window locks and all of the window buttons and the car locks, that went out. And he's like, but it only short circuited on the passenger window. Everyone else works. So I'm like, okay. At this point, it's kind of funny, but it's like, wow, okay. So I'm like, all right, how much? He's like, $214. $214? Like, man, he's like, you got to get another master control system. I'm like, damn, man, that's $214. I did not account for it to go towards my car. Like, y'all don't know my car struggles. I just got my transmission overhauled twice last year. Twice. I just got a new alternator 3 years ago. And I just got my oil changed and tires rotated like 2 weeks ago. And I get the high mileage fuel, full synthetic. I get all that stuff. Like, I take care of my car. So it's like, and I have basically all new components in it. So I'm like, what's really good? Like, I don't have to spend a lot of money on my car anymore because I've already done that last year. And, here we go with this. So it was just unaccounted for. And it was like an annoyance. an annoyance. But you know, money comes back. Money comes and goes. It's energy. It comes and goes. It flows in. It flows out. That's just the way the world goes. So I wasn't mad at it. I was grateful for the fact that I had the money in the first place to spend on it and get it fixed that day. And I was grateful that it was only the passenger window. I was grateful that nobody busted my window out, because I've had that happen to me several times in the past. And, you know, I was just grateful all around. And I saw what the signs were, because I put that negative energy out because I was being judgmental from somebody in a situation I don't know. Now, 30 other people probably done saw me on the road and judged me like, look at this tacky ass girl. She got a whole baby in the car. And she got that damn plastic on her window in the rain. Like, I know they cold. Like, so other people probably was out there judging me, calling me tacky for the plastic on my window. And I only had it for a night, like, well, a day. So it's like, man, life will humble you. God will humble you. The universe will show you, okay? So just make sure that energy that you put out into the world, that it's intentional and that it's not negative energy, that you don't feed into that negativity that you want to, that's your ego talking. I promise you, that was my ego talking. And I had to go check myself, like, okay, like, it was a few times after that I wanted to judge people, and I'm like, hold up, you know what happened to the window? You need to chill, girl. You need to chill, like, and life will just teach you lessons like that. So you have to make sure that you're willing to put out what you're willing to get back in the world, and that goes for literally every aspect of your life, every aspect. So that happened, and then on a positive note, you know, there were times where you know, this guy was asking for money, and I was at a restaurant in a drive-through line, and I was like, you know, I don't think I have any cash on me. You know, he wanted 50 cents for the bus, and he was a vet, and he was like, I can show you my card and everything. And I'm like, I don't have any change. Like, so I'm looking, and then I found $2, and I was like, here, take the $2. And you know, it was nothing, but I was like, you know, I could have used that for something, but whatever. Gave him the $2, and then like an hour later, somebody gave me $2, and it was like, oh, okay, that's nice to know. Like, and it's just like little things. That's the lesson that life has been trying to teach me. You get in what you put out. And you have to literally take that to heart. You have to control your mind and your thoughts. And you have to keep negativity out of there, because that negativity is energy. And it's also taking clarity out of your brain. You know, you're focusing on some negative shit, and you could be focusing on producing or being productive or being positive in some kind of way. So, you know, you have to really like be aware and have your eyes open and see the signs and see life for what it is, and vibrate on the highest frequency that you can, which means that you have to be as positive and, you know, not as trivial. You have to be drama free. You have to be conscious of your thoughts and your actions and the way you treat people, especially like on the road and stuff like that. You got to treat people well. Like, so, you know, all of this stuff, and all of this stuff has happened to me, rather, and I'm going over my notes because I'm off my game. You know, it's been a while. It's been a whole week, and my mind is still in other places still. So, you know, life has been kicking my ass. It's been a lot of stuff that's been going on besides that trivial stuff. And then, you know, my baby got sick, and she couldn't breathe. We had to call the EMTs, and all of this stuff going on. It was just chaotic. It's just a lot of chaos. And, you know, I had to sit down and think, like, okay, I'm not going to do YouTube for a week. Okay, why am I doing YouTube in the end game? Like, what's my end game with this? Why am I doing it in the long run? And it's like, to help as many people as I can. Okay. Is this something that you enjoy doing? Is this something that you're committed to doing even when times get rough? You know, you can have some excused absences, but is this something that you're just not going to abandon? Yes, it is. Okay, then. You know, and I had to sit there and write it down and make sure that everything is for a reason, because I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste you guys' time. I want it to be authentic. I want to help as many people as possible. I want to, you know, be able to build a platform to help people. And even if it just stays with my, I think I got 43 followers now. Hey, y'all, thank you. But, you know, even if it just stays on this level, if I'm changing one of your lives, that means the world to me. Because that's all I want to do is help people for the better. So in the background, I've been working on a lot of things. And, you know, they're going to come into fruition very soon. And I'm just so excited to, you know, share this with you guys and to be on this journey with you guys, and for you guys to witness my journey and be a part of it, and for me to help you in your journey. So to go all through this stuff, and, you know, I doubted myself too on all of this stuff last week. You know, I had my doubts. That's why I had to write it down. Because, you know, sometimes you think, like, am I even capable of this? Is this something that I really want to do? Am I able to create the change that I want to seek? You know, so you have to really consider all of that and write it down. Write it down, because you need to go back and refer to your notes, especially if, like, in the future, if I go through something else and then I'm like, yo, F this YouTube stuff. Like, you know, I have to go back to my notes, because it may be, it's a lot of things that happen in the backgrounds of our lives or in the foregrounds of our lives. And we're like, yo, cut everything else out. Like, this needs my wholehearted attention. So I have to make sure that I can have something to reference. And I'm like, okay, this is the why. This is why I'm doing this. Like, and I'm going to continue to push forward. So, you know, you have to really make sure that you are ready for what you ask for, because, you know, this stuff takes commitment. It takes commitment. And, you know, there are multiple ways I can go about, you know, creating these videos. I can either do them, record them daily. I could do them in chunks and then just upload them daily. But, you know, and I've tried both ways a little bit. And, you know, whatever is going to work for me in the long run. But you have to be willing to, you know, put the work in, put the effort in, especially when times are hard. Everything is all good when things are all good. But when times get hard, you really have to stick through and stay true to what you believe and what you're, you know, fighting for, what you're working hard for, and your decisions. You got to stick by your decisions. So, you know, my basically last question is, are you really ready for what you're asking for? Or are you just saying it because it sounds good? That's something you truly have to consider, because if it's just something you sound good, you need to go back to the drawing board. Seriously. You have to find your passion. You have to figure out, why is this your passion? It's just not something you can be like, oh, I like music, so I want to be a rapper. A lot of people like music. A lot of people love music. But as an artist, are you willing to put that work in? As an artist, are you willing to put so much money towards studio time? Are you willing to record, put your heart and soul into songs? And for some people not to even feel it, for people to be like, you know, potentially critique your stuff so hard, you like, damn, am I even good? Like, are you willing to go through that criticism? Are you willing to go through that fire? Are you willing to, you know, learn the art of production and how sounds go and how cadences and, you know, all of that stuff? Are you willing to put in that work and that education and put it all together and then make it work so you can eventually get to, you know, where you want to be? And not everybody makes it to the front lines. They're not all A-list celebrities. Like J. Cole said, before he was a D-list celebrity. Are you a celebrity? But are you willing to be like a D-list celebrity? Are you fine with that? You know, because J. Cole has a cult following. So, you know, are you willing to have that, you know, cult-like following of fans, or do you want to go for like super stardom? You know, you have to really put in the time, the effort, the work, the research, get the education, and, you know, network. You have to do all of that stuff. And, you know, life is really showing itself to me, and I cannot wait to see what manifests out of all of this chaos. I can't wait. And, you know, I'm never going to be done. I have goals, but after I hit those goals, I'm going to create more goals. Like, you never want to stop creating goals and going for those goals, because the moment you stop pursuing things, you're mentally like kaputs. So definitely you have to think, are you really ready for what you're asking for? I know some of these things sounds trivial, and some of it is like, okay, what does that have to do with the topic as far as me explaining what I went through and some of the manifesting? But actually it does, because not only are these small testimonies of what I'm actually teaching you guys about, so, you know, the manifesting, I teach a lot about that and whatnot, but also it made me reconsider the YouTube thing. And, you know, like I said, it's a lot that I didn't share. Obviously, I only told you guys 2 little small stories, but you know, you have to make sure that you're willing to put up and work hard and do what you have to do. So you know, I'm tired, y'all. It's early in the morning, but I gotta get to the day. I'm excited to be alive. I'm excited to be able to make a difference in this world. I'm excited to live another day. My family and friends woke up this morning. It's my dad's birthday. Yay! Happy birthday, Daddy! Woo-hoo. So yeah, it's a great, beautiful day. The weather is nice. The sun is out. I'm just happy. I'm happy. I'm grateful. I'm thankful. And oh yeah, if you guys have not been doing your 5 things you're grateful for and your 5 positive affirmations about yourself, y'all got a lot of catching up to do, because I've been gone for a whole week. So y'all better start coming with it. As a matter of fact, scratch that. Do 10 things you're grateful for today and 10 positive affirmations about yourself. And I want you to write it down, put it in your phone, and then put frequent reminders in your phone every day or throughout the day, so you can look, be like, this is what I'm grateful for. Because you can't attract new stuff until you're grateful for your current situation. And I can testify to that. Science can too, but I can testify to this to no end. So definitely make sure you do that 10 and 10. For now on, it's going to be 10 and 10. I said that a couple weeks ago when I was recording it. I was going to up it. So today is the day. If you guys, you know, wanted to scripts, if you're scripting, you know, I had somebody talk about scripting on another video. She's been doing it, and she said she's been feeling it, like her emotions are into it, and, you know, she's excited because, you know, she knows it's coming. And I'm like, yes, that emotion, that excitement, that's going to make it happen like sooner, because you're just manifesting it on a stronger frequency. So yes, be excited. Script that stuff out. I'm telling you, it works. It works. So, you know, if you want to script for the day, go ahead. If you haven't gotten your day started already, or, you know, if you want to script the remainder of your day or start for tomorrow or whatever. But 10 positive affirmations, 10 things you're grateful for. Script if you want to, and comment below if you have anything to say. You know I got some broken nails going on. I told you last week was rough. I couldn't get my nails done. I done broke 3 nails off and stuff. I'm out here just rough, okay? Rough. I ain't got no makeup on right now. I got my eyebrows done, but I don't have any makeup on. I'm just out here like, hey, hello. Hey, hello. So y'all have a wonderful, great Monday. See y'all tomorrow, for real, for real. And yeah, enjoy your day. Be grateful. Spread some love and positivity. And abundance will flow through you all, to you all, and through you all. Ciao.